India has been the largest troop contributor to United Nations mission since its inception. So far, India has taken part in 43 peacekeeping missions. WION is on ground zero, exploring what it takes for Indian Army personnel to serve in a foreign land. WION is the only channel covering the Indian peacekeeping troops in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Now, Lake Edward is the smallest of the African Great Lakes, but Indian peacekeepers are always on guard there, as there is a risk of infiltration from armed insurgents. Here's how the Indian peacekeepers ensure that the locals can return to normalcy despite the threat.
The village of Vishumbi is on the southern shore of the Lake Edward. Now, Lake Edward is one of the big lakes of the African continent. Now, I'll be joined by my guests, by Indian military men posted in United Nations peacekeeping forces, Colonel John. But before that, I'd like to show you that if you cross this water, go straight 12 o'clock, you have an armed camp out there, the Mai-Mai camp. And it is in this context that village came into focus. I would say that the village became a point of focus for the UN peacekeeping mission under the Indian sector. So when I say UN, I mean the Indian sector manned by the Indian military. I'm joined by Lieutenant Colonel Kushwaha. So can you tell me, how did you engage with the villagers at a time when the militants' camp, the terrorist camp, was a stone throw away? What did you do that the village did not get radicalized?
The thing is that the major chunk of the youth was the one who was joining these armed groups because of the close proximity and problem of unemployment. You see, computer courses are only run in universities in Goma and all that. But here it is such a remote place. So we thought that we should change the mindset of youth by empowering them with some skills. So we started computer classes for them. The idea got so much liked by the people and the youth that, we've already trained around 28 students by now. And many of them have got employment. We've spoken to NGOs like World Food Program and Caritas. They have employed these young youth because they are now computer qualified. And many of them have gone to universities in Goma to pursue higher education. So the perception of youth from joining armed rebels and earning decent money, easy money, has now totally changed towards education, development, progress, and upliftment of the society.
But how do you stabilize the region? It's not even 2 kilometers away. It's not only 3 kilometers away. If I ask my camera person to again show the coast, it's not even 3 kilometers away.
It's around 3 kilometers.
It's 3 kilometers away. Yeah. How do you sanitize the area?
We do day and night patrolling. We do show of force. We, through the civil society, get a message. We tell them that please stay away from villages. Don't come here. We have long-range missions. We stay here for, say, whole nights, 2 days, 3 days, like that. When we show that show of force, and when we show our presence out here, that is when the armed cadres don't come near the village.
Okay. Now, I'm also joined by Colonel John of the Congolese army. I would like you to ask him what has been experienced with the Indian security forces.
Ok, je voulais vous demander de savoir quelle est votre expérience avec l'armée indienne.
En fait, je suis le capitaine des corvettes, des capitaines de frégates Kizabi Kaptumba John. Je suis son collaborateur, mon ami ici que vous voyez à ma gauche. Nous sommes à l'étroite relation avec lui.
Yeah, he says that the one who sees at his left, he sees a collaborator and they are working together.
Okay, so I think the experience has been very pleasant, but this is the Indian army, part of the UN, this is the Congolese army, but there is something for the viewers, and just to give the sense of vastness, and just to give the sense of expanse, and just to give a sense of what this country is all about, and just to give a sense of how difficult it is to man a terrain, because Indian forces man a terrain which is the size of Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh combined, and this is Lake Edward, it's like a sea, and this is Lake Edward, and this is like a sea. And the whole area is surrounded by the militants, and it is here that Indian security forces function. It is here that the Indian security forces stabilize and go out with their mass contact program, so that the rural areas do not remain disturbed. They regain a sense of normal life cycle. With camera person Manish Srivastava, Kartikeya Sharma from Congo for WION.